Good morning. It's 6:30, still dark outside. I woke up about 45 minutes ago and I've just been kind of staying in my sleeping bag, but I figured I might as well get up and get going. So it's 20 something degrees outside. I had to use both of my sleeping bags last night to stay warm. I'm in western Colorado in Uncompahgre National Forest, east of Naturita. And I'm going to head up to Grand Junction now. I'm not sure how far away I am, maybe a couple hours. Today's going to be a work day. I'll do some other fun things in between, but yeah, gonna hit the road and make it to Grand Junction, hopefully without any problems. Been driving along this canyon here, along the San Miguel River outside of Naturita, and it is just beautiful. Beautiful canyon. The leaves are all turning this time of year. What a great drive. I've stopped here in, I think this is called Dolores Canyon, and the San Miguel River is down here. One thing I wanted to show you guys is this flume, this hanging flume on the side of the canyon down here. Here's a closer section so you can get a better idea of what it is. So it was built by a mining company that, in conjunction with the canals, this thing was 4 feet deep and about 4.5 feet wide, and water flowed through it. It was built by a mining company. They needed water to work the gold deposits that they were mining, and so they built this flume along part of the canyon. I think it ran for, I think the sign back there said 4 or 5 miles along the side of the canyon. Whew, it's a lot of work. But that is really neat. Very interesting. This is a beautiful drive and a beautiful canyon. I wonder what the kayaking is like down in the bottom of the canyon there on the river. This is a very Moab-esque drive, very Moab-esque canyon. And this is what I was expecting for most of yesterday, to be honest. Down in southwestern Utah, I was expecting red rock because I knew that Grand Junction had a ton of red rock, and I assumed that all of western Colorado was like that. Not so, apparently, but as I am getting closer to Grand Junction, I am getting more and more into the sandstone and the red rock, and I love it. This is such a great drive. This is, I love a good drive, good scenic drive, and this is a fantastic one. This is a really great drive. Check out this beautiful tower here in the canyon that I'm driving through. It's got a little arch in it. It even has a little slit down there that goes all the way through the tower. And boy, if I didn't know any better, I would swear that I was in Moab. This is just incredible scenery. Okay, I am about an hour away from Grand Junction. I just entered this narrow canyon. Instead of the red sandstone that I've been seeing for the past hour or so, I've got this much lighter in color granite. So the rock has gone from sedimentary to igneous, from sandstone to granite. And I believe that this is the far upper reach of Unaweep Canyon, or at least this will eventually become Unaweep Canyon. Unaweep is a famous canyon outside of Grand Junction. It's a famous rock climbing area. It's got really big cliffs. As you can see, it's a very rugged canyon. Had to stop to show you what this canyon is like. So this is Unaweep Canyon. Just incredible rock formations. These are the ruins of Driggs mansion from the early 1900s. This feels like Europe. This feels like Spain or France. It's beautiful, dramatic valley with rocks in it. Beautiful cliffs on the sides. Man, what a place. You can see Grand Junction off in the distance. Heading straight to the library now so that I can get online, get some work done. Probably be in there for a few hours, and hopefully I can do some exploring in the city here and beyond. Alright, let me give you an update. I spent about 3 hours at the library doing various work-related things and editing and uploading a new video. And then my friend Dennis told me about a Nepali restaurant here in Grand Junction that has a lunch buffet. Now, I love Nepal. It's my favorite country to go to. I've been there twice, and the food there is really good. And so I decided to come here for lunch. Here it is, Namaste Nepal. It was really good. I ate 3 huge heaping plates full of food, and all the different things that I got from the buffet were tasty. So I highly recommend it if you find yourself in Grand Junction. It was like $8.95 plus tax and tips, so really not too bad for an all-you-can-eat meal. And how often do you come across Nepali buffets? So had to give it a shot. I'm now gonna make a couple phone calls that I need to do, and then go get gas over there. Then I think I'll head into Colorado National Monument. It is 1:15, so I've got a good chunk of the day left. I think I ate too much food to do any hiking, but I do want to drive through the National Monument. I've been there before. I've done some rock climbing there in the past, but that was a long time ago. That was several years ago, and I don't really remember much of the park, and I wasn't driving, and so I'd like to just drive through the park and stop at all the viewpoints and everything like that. So that's the plan. So I'm just pulling into the parking lot now for Riggs Hill. It's actually a popular bouldering as in rock climbing area these days. But back in 1900, a fellow by the name of Elmer Riggs found a Brachiosaurus skeleton here. At the time, that was the largest dinosaur skeleton known, and it remained that way for 70 years. And yeah, he found that on this hill, so interesting. Behind me here, you can see Colorado National Monument, part of it over there. And that's where I'm headed next, up into the monument. Okay, using my National Parks Pass, I got into Colorado National Monument, which is basically just on the outskirts of Grand Junction. It's basically the south side of Grand Junction is this national monument. Today I want to just kind of drive through. It's a 23 or 26 mile drive through the monument. Drive through, see what looks interesting, and then probably come back tomorrow to do a hike. So this out here is the valley that Grand Junction is in. You can see Grand Junction down here. The great thing about this national monument is that it's like a slice of Moab, 15 minutes outside of town. You can leave your house and in 15 minutes basically be in Red Rock country. And then the real Moab is only an hour and a half away, so I could see myself living here in Grand Junction. It is one of the places that is on my short list of places to move to eventually. Along with Prescott, Arizona, Carson City / Gardnerville, Nevada, and the Joshua Tree / Yucca Valley area in Southern California. So this is Independence Monument, and it's kind of the symbol of Colorado National Monument. And the one and only other time I've been here, I climbed that with a couple of friends, including actually Dennis, the friend who was on the kayaking trip with me. So I'll post some of those pictures here. And here's another view of that same Independence Monument, the one that I climbed. But instead of looking at it from this way, I'm looking at it from the side. That tower was first climbed in 1911 by John Otto. 1911 is a long time ago for a climb like that. I mean, that was a pretty hairy climb for the day. He drilled holes and he pounded pipes into the holes, and he would like grab up on the pipes and then step up and then drill another hole and place another pipe. And today, some of the pipes are still there. Most aren't, but there are a few still there. But where they've fallen out, the places, the holes that he drilled make for good handholds when you're climbing. So climbing that tower and climbing that route is an interesting little bit of history. So that was a really beautiful drive through Colorado National Monument. I didn't do any hiking or anything like that. I was feeling kind of lazy. But at the same time, while I was doing it, I also felt a little bit hemmed in by all the other cars. I mean, there were a lot of cars driving along the road in there. And I got a map from the ranger lady showing me where different hikes are and everything like that, but before I take the time to do a hike, I like to do more research. You've seen my videos of me hiking. I do a lot of hiking. I'm very particular about the kind of hiking that I do. I don't like hiking popular trails when possible, if I can help it. When I'm out in nature, I like to be alone. And so between not really knowing what trails to hike and there being a lot of cars on the road there, I just started to feel a little bit anxious, and that got me thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow here in Grand Junction. And the answer is that I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Again, I didn't really plan on things to do while I was in Grand Junction. I just thought, okay, I'll get to Grand Junction and then I'll be there for a couple of days and then I'll go home.
but I don't really know what to do now that I'm here. So this is something I need to think about. I'm in Fruta right now, which is a town west of Grand Junction. It's where the road through Colorado National Monument ends. I just went into a grocery store here to use the facilities, and also while I was in there I got some ice cream, a little thing of ice cream. So I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna go find a campsite. I'm gonna head north and try to find a campsite somewhere. I did look on freecampsites.net, and the more that I travel, the more I use that site to tell me where I shouldn't go. So I go look on freecampsites.net and I saw that there were a couple of places north of Fruta here where I could camp. So I'm going to avoid those places because I don't want to be camped near other people. And I can almost guarantee you that there are going to be other people camped there. I don't want that. So I'm going to go kind of in that general area. I'm going to go north of town, but I'm not going to go where freecampsites.net said because, again, I want to be alone. I'll go do that. I'll drive about half an hour north of town. That's still close enough to where tomorrow I could come back to town or go back to the National Monument if I wanted to and do some hiking. Or I could just continue on northward and go home to Utah. So that's something I need to think about tonight and tomorrow. Until then, I'm gonna eat my ice cream and then I'll meet back up with you again when I have found a place to camp. So I found a campsite. I started driving north from Fruta and I just kept driving for a while. So I'm probably half an hour, maybe 35 or 40 minutes north of Fruta in some random canyon. No idea what it is. I was driving on the highway and I saw kind of a pull-out on the left side of the road. And on the pull-out I saw that there was a road leading up the canyon to the side. And so, and then there was a sign that said "Close Gate" on the gate leading into the canyon. So I thought, that looks promising. That seems promising. So I opened up the gate, drove through, closed the gate, drove up the canyon, and found this spot. I can kind of hear the traffic noise on the highway out here somewhere, but I can't see any of the cars out there. And that's not a very busy road anyway. And here's looking up the canyon. And I think I'm gonna stop recording now. I'm gonna think about what I want to do tomorrow. You know what I really want to do? I want to climb a mountain. And so I'm gonna try to figure out where I can climb a mountain that isn't under snow right now. It's Friday today. I need to be back on Sunday. So I have tomorrow as a travel day, Saturday, and then on Sunday I'll go home. So tomorrow I can go climb a mountain. Assuming I still want to climb a mountain, maybe I'll feel differently tomorrow. That's kind of the great thing about these trips, is that I can do whatever I feel like doing. Tonight I felt like camping in the middle of nowhere, away from people. So that's what I've done. Hope you enjoyed today's video. There's a lot of driving, I know that. Probably not the most exhilarating footage, but you know, I don't do big driving videos like this very often, so consider it a novelty and know that you know, it's not going to happen too often. I appreciate you watching my videos, and thanks for subscribing and hitting the like button and all that good stuff. I'd love to know what you thought about this video. Let me know what your favorite parts were, and I will see you tomorrow.